All right, welcome everybody. Lindsay, take it away.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Go ahead and find a comfortable seat. You can be on the floor, you can be in a chair, whatever. We won't be standing at all. This is just to honor the variety of folks that might come in to participate. So you can stay seated. Make sure your space has enough room for you to kind of reach out and reach up. We're going to start out with a little bit of breathing, intention setting, and proceed to that gentle moving that you may have read about. If there's any time that you need to move differently in your body, please do so. All right, so first you can find a comfortable shape with your body and go ahead and look around the space that you're in and try to notice a detail that maybe you didn't notice before. And I'm in my own home, and sometimes I can find just something new. Okay, and I didn't realize how little I burned a candle. So that was just an example for you to know. We're using our vision to kind of acclimate with our space. And then next, you're welcome to close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you. And then start to just feel with your palms, the fingertips, maybe some textures that may be near you. So I can feel the texture of my pants, or maybe you can feel your seat. And this is sense of touch that we're kind of getting into. Maybe using your feet, if you have sensation in the feet, you can kind of wiggle them on the floor and just see how your feet are resting on the floor. Further going into sense of touch, maybe you can feel your back pressing against your chair, or perhaps you can feel the trunk of your body pressing into your seat. So just kind of exploring. Yep, and I'm kind of shifting to see left to right side. And then moving on from your sense of touch, you can start to notice how you're breathing. And you're welcome to see if there's any hints of smell in your space. So as you're breathing in through the nose, perhaps there's a scent that catches your attention, or maybe you're just used to your own smell, and that's okay too. While we're here, you can start to deepen your breath, should that feel right for you. And by deepening your breath, you can empty your lungs all the way. And then inhaling, trying to get your belly as big as a balloon. And every time you exhale, again, trying to really squeeze all the air out of your belly. Some of us may like our natural breath, and that's okay too. Repeating your inhales and exhales, see if you can notice if the air feels kind of cool or warm when it enters your body. And see if it's cool or warm when it leaves your body. A few more moments just trying to connect with our breath. We do this all day long. So how often do we stop and notice our ability to breathe on our own? And after connecting with your breath a little, you're welcome to bring your hands either to your heart. Your hands can come together. And here you're invited to create an intention for the remainder of time that we have together. Recording or not, we're with you. And an intention can be anything at all that you want to direct your energy to. So for myself, if you want to borrow an idea, I am going to try my absolute best to be present in this. not think ahead or in the past. Perhaps there's a message that you need to tell yourself. You can also use this moment to do that. And closing up, whatever it is that your mind may have pulled in for you, you're welcome to open your eyes if they're closed, letting your hands drop back onto your lap. And we'll get moving. So I'll scoot back a little bit more so you can see. But first, we're going to continue connecting with our vision. So using one hand, it doesn't matter which one, you're invited to touch your nose, just the tip of your nose, nothing fancy. And from here, maybe you can feel the warmth or the coolness of your fingertip. I know this is the game where it's like, not it. But from here, looking at your finger, you might cross your eyes a little bit. We're gonna let our hand drop slowly down to the corner of the room. So I'm following my finger and I'm trying to let my eyes follow instead of turning my head. So we're just using our eyes, following your finger back to your nose and coming out to the side. Just the eyes are gonna follow your fingertip. So you're learning how far your eyes can actually turn without moving your head. If there's any straining happening with your fingertip coming towards your nose, you can hover your fingertip a little further away. And again, we're gonna follow our fingertip, just the eyes. Try not to move your head, starting to point kind of up and away. And coming back to center. Silly, I know. And letting the eyes go as high as your fingertip can go in the center and coming back. Go ahead and let that hand drop down. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So starting out in the center, and when you're ready, follow your fingertip without moving your head. And coming back to the center. You're welcome to keep looking forward as well. Again, if anyone feels like they're straining, you can look forward and then let the eyes follow as your fingertip leaves. Try to let I almost turned my head. And coming back. You're welcome to look forward until we reach. Again, this time I'm gonna let my fingertip go kind of at an angle. And coming back to center. Last time, we're gonna let our fingertip go up towards the sky and just the eyes. And coming back. Hands can come down. All right. Little connected to the eyes, didn't know we could do it that way, right? You're invited to bring your hands to your jaw next. And we're just gonna try to walk our fingertips all along the muscle in our jawline. I'm scooting closer so you can see it's nothing fancy, but this is a really common place that we carry stress. So you can kind of walk all along the line of the jaw and just kind of see if there's a spot where you can do little circles or maybe just brief forward back with the hands. Any of my friends that clench their teeth, this might benefit you especially. And I say that just because a little bit of a massage can release that. All right, letting your hands come down. We're just giving ourselves undivided attention here. Okay, and starting with the head and the neck, looking to the right, and looking to the left. Coming back to center, looking up. And when you exhale, leaning forward in your chair, head comes down. When you come back up, inhale, arms rise. Looking up. And exhaling, hands can come into the lap again, forward fold. dropping the head. I'm going side profile here because as I sit back up, you'll want to inhale, lifting your head for seated cat-cows, pressing your heart forward, and exhaling, dropping the head, rounding the spine into the back of the chair or maybe against the wall, and repeating, just gentle inhaling when we look up, our shoulders kind of squeeze back, and exhaling when we tuck our chin, round our spine. Continue this at your pace for a few more moments. No more than 10 seconds here, where all of us kind of get a chance to feel how our spine is doing, how our neck is doing. If we're looking down a lot throughout the day, it might feel better when you inhale and look up and open those shoulders by squeezing back. Few more moments, just feeling the spine. After this last movement, wherever you're at, we'll meet in the center with a neutral spine again. All right, and bringing your fingertips to your shoulders next. Tapping into whether your fingertips might feel cold or warm, and the texture of your shoulders. So we're using that mindfulness while we begin to move. Little baby circles with your elbows. If we get our shoulder muscles warm enough, we'll be able to also release some tension there. Again, if you sit all day or if you carry a lot of stress in your shoulders, let's try to break it up together. Getting to know where we carry our stress and how to help ourselves release that. You might see my cat kind of appear. She's part of the show, I suppose. And last circle, wherever you're at, you can let your hands come down. And now we'll let an ear drop towards a shoulder, tucking the chin down and circling to the other ear, other shoulder. Go ahead and come all the way back to where you started, dropping the chin, coming back to the beginning, and center. Palms drop down, exhaling completely. Optional to breathe with me. Inhale as you rise, looking up. Exhaling, hands can come into the lap, forward fold. Inhaling again, lift the head. And exhaling, another forward fold. Dropping the head if that's comfortable for you. Coming back up, inhaling, looking towards the sky. Go ahead and return to cat-cow, squeezing the shoulders. And exhaling, when you round the spine, drop the chin, kind of round the back. And repeat your own speed, inhaling, looking up. Your exhales are when you round forward. Few more moments. We're all just trying to take our time, quite possibly the first time today. Some of us may have been running around all day, while some of us may just be giving ourselves undivided attention. So try to go slow with it. Inhaling when you open your chest, looking up, and exhaling when you tuck into a little ball, when you drop your chin. Next time you round forward, you can go ahead and let that all the way, or lean all the way into a forward fold, dropping the head again. Then as you inhale, lifting the arms up far and wide. Or nice and tall, excuse me. When you exhale, you're welcome to bend the elbows and kind of squeeze your shoulders back. Notice I'm continuing to look up. I'm like surrendering to the sky. And then inhale when you reach up nice and tall. And again, squeezing those shoulders, looking up. Last time, inhale, nice and big, reach up. And exhale, squeeze the shoulders, bend the elbows. Hands come into the lap, drop the ear to shoulder, and repeat. Tuck the chin, let the head drop down. Coming up to the other side, we'll stop there and reverse it. Taking your time. Maybe you need to go into this a few more times. You're invited to. I'll give you a moment of silence to kind of see what your neck is telling you. Maybe if your shoulders are telling you anything. And meeting back in the center once you're done. Letting the fingertips come to the shoulders. And again, making little circles. Trying to give our shoulders attention. If the mind wanders, that's all right. Stay moving with us. And last circle, wherever you're at, you can let the hands come back into your lap. And this time, we'll be going into a seated twist. So from here, I'll give a few options for folks. We may only I say only as in less demand, our hand reaching across our body. And if you're in a chair, I'm going to let my other hand kind of rest behind me. Some of us may want a little more demand, a little more sensation. You can reach your hand forward, and the other hand can reach back. A little more space, a bigger twist in the spine. Yeah, good job. Let's come back to the center. I just wanted you to know your options so we can be together. All right, starting with that front hand, either across the body or you can float it. When you exhale, let that back hand either go to the chair or you can reach. Let your vision look behind you and coming back to center. Hands can come to the lap, either crossing for that opposite knee or reaching back. Exhaling, go ahead and twist for your preference. Looking over that back shoulder, try not to force the twist. We all have a natural range. And coming back to center. I'll be guiding us through that a few more times with a little less verbal cues, so you can go at your own speed. And inhaling, exhaling. Looking over that back shoulder if you'd like. And back to center. If you're at a different speed, that's fine. Inhaling, center. Exhaling, go ahead and go to the other side. Coming back to center another time. Inhaling. Exhaling. Back to center if you're with us. Inhaling. Last one, exhaling. Coming back to center. All right. And letting our ear come to shoulder this time, we'll send our opposite arm slowly out and away from our body. And slowly coming back down. Nothing should be incredibly painful, so please, or painful at all. So if you notice that, you can come up. And breathing here and moving the arm is just as helpful. Excuse my cat. Other side. Letting your hands slowly rise away from your body. Slow will kind of tell you more information about that shoulder and your neck. You can explore if there's anything you need to know. And coming back down when you're ready. Coming back to the middle. All right. I'm going to scoot a little bit closer because we're going to do something with our hands. And for our hands, the only thing that's going to be important for you to see close up is that when I'm gliding my hands down in this next movement, I kind of peel them away really slow. And so it's nothing, it's not rocket science, I promise. But I want to emphasize how slow it is in case you're a visual learner. Woo. Yeah, it's kind of like a wave that happens in your hands. So something to just kind of play with as we do this one. We're also working sense of touch. So if the mind wanders, remember that's a tool for you to feel the temperature of your hands and the texture of your hands. So when we're back to the center, here we go. Slowly lower the hands, peel away as the body allows. And then hands come down. And inhaling, big palms wide open, let them come on up. When we exhale, palms touch and slowly gliding down in front of you. You might feel pressure between the hands or a temperature where we slowly peel again. This is an easy one to go fast, especially if you're a fast breather. Let's try to breathe slow together. Go at your own pace. Your inhale is when you get big. Your exhales are when you come down in front of you and peel away to start all over. So we'll go through this a few more times, and this is going to be the most range we'll get in our shoulders here. So don't shy away from really getting big as your body and space allows. However fast you're moving is because of however fast you're breathing. So you get to mirror those two speeds at your own preference. And a few moments here while we move, remembering that it's okay your mind wanders. And if it does, you made an intention earlier. So while you breathe and move, you can anchor yourself with that. I need to be present. And I have distractions in my home. I don't know if y'all do. But observing my distractions is part of the present moment, in fact. So it's okay. Just keep moving, keep breathing. Few more moments. Those shoulders should be getting a nice rotation. They might even be feeling warm. And last time, wherever you're at, we're all just gonna meet with our hands in the center. And you're welcome to move away from prayer hands. If that doesn't feel right for you, you can put your hands on your heart. So whenever you get there, we'll meet you in the middle, front and center, excuse me. Okay. And right here, remembering that intention, calling that back in. My eyes aren't closed, but I'm just looking kind of down and forward. And as you remember that phrase, if you did make one, you can borrow mine if you didn't. I'm trying to be present. So exhale completely, try to empty your lungs. And then breathe that phrase in, whatever your phrase was, that message, you're gonna give it life. And when you exhale, you're gonna send it out into the world, whether you need to let it go or letting it be in the world like it's complete and it's real. And hands come back into the lap. Exhaling, letting your head drop down, another forward fold. Inhaling, letting the head come up. And exhaling for your twist. I am going a little faster. If you feel that, that's okay. Coming back to center. Find your inhale. Exhaling, going to the other side. Looking over that back shoulder. And back to center at your speed. We're going one more time each way. Inhaling in the center. And exhaling at the twist of your preference. Finding your way to center, let that be your inhale. Last twist on the other side. Coming back to center. Letting your hands kind of reach forward. And I'm going to try my best to keep my hands about chin height. So I'll turn profile for you to see. So the higher my hands, the more range I'm going to get. I'm going to try to apply some pressure on my chest. So if you know you don't like pressure, you can keep your elbows loose. Crossing my arms, wrapping my hands like a big hug. So you might feel your fingertips scoot a little if you want more of a squeeze. And again, your elbows can loosen up if you don't like that pressure. If you like pressure, you can even think of pressing your elbows down into your heart. And trying to breathe here. Some of us might like to rock a little bit. If you've ever given someone a hug, sometimes that happens. You just rock, you're happy to see them. Little bit of comfort. We got about 10 more seconds and then our brain has released oxytocin. And that makes our brain feel warm and fuzzy, like we just got cuddled and cared for. Breathing, perhaps remembering that phrase and feeling your own sense of touch again. So the warmth or the coolness and the texture. We'll count down maybe 3, 2, 1, and let go. All right, we're gonna do that on the other side, giving the opposite arm the chance to cross over. So you might feel a little stretch in this too. Again, we're at chin height. Opposite arm, if you don't remember, you'll find out. And you can reach, elbows loose if you're not a big fan. Otherwise, find that preferred pressure. And you can sway kind of side to side again. The brain can't tell if we're getting a hug from someone else or from ourselves. So try to remember this one. Natural way to kind of boost that. Remembering that phrase. Breathe it in one more time with us. That phrase is safe here. And when you exhale, let it go. It's done, it's real, it's complete. And hands can come down. All right, we're closing up with a few more breaths together. So you're welcome to continue to find a comfortable shape with your body. If you are comfortable laying down from here, we'll be here for another minute. So a comfortable shape with your body. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, you're invited to do that. And if not, you're welcome to pick something to focus on in your space. So I can see something that's brown in front of me, and that's what I'll be doing. I'll be looking at that. Go ahead and notice how your feet feel on the floor. And you can wiggle them if you got extra energy. I know this is a slow one. And we're going to trace up our legs, noticing the bend in the knees. Tracing behind the legs to the trunk of our body, feeling our trunk of our body pressing into our seat. And then going to our belly button, and we're going to see if we can notice when we inhale, our belly button goes forward. And our belly button might go inward. All day and night long, our body knows to do that. We breathe in and we breathe out. And moving from our belly button, go ahead and see if you can feel your back, either pressing against your chair or maybe the wall, if someone chose to lay down. That sense of touch again with your space. And moving up to the shoulders, seeing if your shoulders are starting to creep towards the ears. Try to roll them down, maybe move the head or the neck. Give yourself permission to try and let the shoulders relax. Unclenching the teeth. You can even make space between the teeth if that helps. And last, notice the space between your eyebrows, right in the middle there of your forehead. See if you can relax that. Sometimes we'll frown our brows if we're stressed or really concerned about something. So letting the forehead relax. Unclench the teeth. If it creep back up, drop the shoulders one more time. Emptying the lungs for one last big breath together. When you're ready, start to inhale. Remember that phrase, breathe it in. And letting it go. If your eyes are closed, you can open them again. Looking in your room or the space that you're in, try to find something that's blue. And I found mine. All right. Thanks so much for joining us. Any feedback or accommodations in the future, please let women's advocates know. I'm Lindsay. I appreciate your trust to hold space.
Thanks, Lindsay. Thank you all.